Kevin Holland did not have his breakthrough moment on Saturday when he lost to Derek Brunson by dominant unanimous decision in the UFC on ESPN 21 main event in Las Vegas. Holland's 5-fight winning streak comes to an end in this bout where he did, even for him, a slightly uncharacteristic level of talking. I don't think it was the mental breakdown that UFC President Dana White made it out to be post-fight, but it was definitely slightly unusual for him. It seems like he was not fully focused on capitalizing in this moment with his actual fighting actions, but rather coming across a lot for his talking, his antics, all those kind of things, and it did cost him because it seemed like at points in this fight, Holland could have had it in the bag. He could have pulled off the victory, but he just was not in the right place that he needed to be. Brunson was able to use his wrestling, take him down, and really shut down the game of Holland in this decision loss. And now Holland definitely has a little bit of soul searching to do as far as what he wants to do next. He said post-fight that he is considering a drop down to the welterweight division, and that is definitely not something new if you've been following him closely for the past little while. He has said multiple times over that 170 is a desired fight weight for him, and he was actually scheduled to fight there in May of last year before an injury took him out of the fight. So perhaps now, seeing what the upper tier of the middleweight division looks like, seeing what the strength and power and wrestling of a guy like Brunson can do to his game, perhaps Holland finally pulls the trigger and decides to go down to 170. I think there would definitely be a lot of compelling fights for him. He mentioned Bilal Muhammad. I don't think he is getting that fight right now, but I think he should maybe look at the matchup that he was originally scheduled to have back in May of last year. He was supposed to fight Daniel Rodriguez. That fight did not materialize, of course, as I said, due to injury, but Rodriguez scheduled in a key fight coming up against Mike Perry on April 10th, and potentially Holland could look at the winner of that. Holland has had some words before with Perry as well. He has wanted that fight for quite some time, so potentially he looks at that fight and perhaps it presents his next opponent. I think he would definitely need a little time to make sure he gets down to 170 safely, comfortably. We know Holland likes to fight a lot, but we don't want him rushing that type of move and compromising his body badly. I do think 170, it could get tricky for Holland if he gets to the top of the weight class. There's the guys like Usman, Covington, people who have great wrestling, and he could run into similar problems as he did have against Brunson. But if he wants a fresh start, I think looking at the winner of that fight between Rodriguez and Perry would be a great way to dip his toe into the 170-pound weight class.